Get it. Happy holidays, fellas.
Hey, happy holidays to you.
All right. Questions for Keshad?
What are the challenges of guarding somebody like Zach Edey when he controls so much space?
Challenges are countless. He's a overall great big man. One of the best in the country. He's very comfortable getting double teamed. He know how to pass out. He's tall and everything like that. He's probably seen every obstacle thrown at him and everything. So we just gotta try our best to just make it as hard as possible.
And like in practice, how do you try to emulate that or try to simulate that? Is there a way to do that in practice?
We just got to try our best to emulate it. He's 7'4". We got a couple 7-footers on our team, but 7'4". It's hard to imitate that, especially somebody like him that's good and experienced with what they do. So we just try to give each other the best look as possible. That's all we could just hope for, and then just prepare as best as we can.
It seems like you brought on physicality. Someone who embraces physicality like Zach Edey. I mean, not all 7'4" guys embrace that. Some just want to play above the rim, and throw it out there. But is there something to be said about wearing him down throughout the game, continuing to get into his body, or what's your mindset there?
I could give you a lot of answers, quote unquote answers, but we it's just gonna be determined on how much we could just how much he could keep up with our depth. We got 4 7-footers, include myself, just being somebody that's physically draining. I would say we just gonna try to make it hard on him. He's 1'7", 7'4", but he's a hell of a player. So we just gotta try to make it as tough as possible and just play the long game with him. We know he gonna come out first half giving us all he got. With the energy. So we just gotta use our depth to our advantage.
How do you approach a matchup like this, particularly the way they've been able to draw fouls and Edey guys foul troubles? And granted, you have a lot of fouls to give, but you get everybody.
Same way it works for him, it works for us, vice versa. We're good at getting people in foul trouble as well. So we probably just gonna try to do the same thing right back at him. And on the other end with him, we just gonna try to play physical but play smart. We got to be smart. He's probably top 10 in the country with John fouls and everything like that. And overall, as a team, they win games at the free throw line. So we just got to play protect our hips, protect our hands, and everything like that.
Yeah, is that anything in your game, particularly as aggressive as you play, that you had to kind of adjust to to make sure you're not foul trouble? Yeah, it seems like.
It's not really no adjustment. It's just being smart. We don't have any low IQ defensive players. Everybody knows what they're doing on the defensive end. We know how to be aggressive, but be smart. We know. Say we get called for a ticky-tack foul, then you know what kind of game it's going to be with the refs and things like that. The refs are human. Sometimes they make plays that you don't agree with, but they control the game. Believe it or not, you just can't let them control everything that happens. You gotta try not to make them make 50-50 plays, because sometimes the 50-50 play is not gonna go your way when it comes to getting a call in the paint or something like that. So you just gotta play your game and be smart, and make their job easy.
Keshad, we've seen you take a lot of 3-point shots this year. How are you feeling about that shot, and why you felt that was an important piece to add to your game?
I just feel the confidence here, the confidence in the freedom that I'm able to play with the trust that I have with the coaching staff. It's just that's all that is. It's just a direct result on the work and the development that we put in here at University of Arizona.
Keshad, your run at SDSU last year isn't simplified down into one night against UConn in April. Similarly, Arizona's year last year and Purdue's year last year isn't boiled down to one first-round loss. But there will be national people this week to try to boil it down to that and boil this matchup down to that. What's your perspective on that and just kind of the journey throughout the season and not being defined by one game?
I would first of all, I would just say just thank God. I thank God that we're able to get in those positions and get in those conversations. But we just gotta not worry about that long run in March. One game, it could be all over with. So when the time comes, we just gotta win one game at a time. That's all it takes, one game at a time. The next game is always your most important game. So looking past that, like Arizona Purdue could be a Final Four matchup. I don't want to get into that. I just want to get into they the game that's next right now, and then hopefully we see them later. But we gotta do get a lot of other work done before we see them again.
You shot a lot of.
In general, about this segment of weeks where you've had a lot of time to practice and get through your academics, et cetera. You guys, is it, now you're at the point where you got a lot of big games coming up. How was the week, the past couple of weeks been?
Yeah, thank God again that we're done with school. Like finals ending up. We know that's draining mentally. Having to go to class physically, and then still get to weights and everything like that. So now that that's out the way, kind of we could really lock in on basketball for the next few weeks, for the next month or so. But yeah, that actually really helps us having these like one game a week. Like you don't really get that throughout basketball season. So we just gotta try to use that to our advantage. We've been keeping our cardio up by playing against each other in practice and everything, but also being smart and healthy with our bodies too.
Two more questions.
Keshad, Tommy's system is kind of known nationally as an offensive system, offensive-driven team, but you guys have top defensive numbers in the country. How personal do you guys take that side of the ball, the defensive side of the ball?
I feel like Tommy Lloyd as a head coach, like he don't get the credit that he needs to on a defensive end too. It's like a lot of that's individually, like him recruiting us and stuff like that, but he's locked in at the details more than we are. Like, he teaches us stuff on the defensive end too. We already know his offense is top tier, but I feel like as the years come upon, more people respect the knowledge and intelligence that he have on the defensive end and how it's going to show on the court.
What's that one thing in your game that you're working on every day to try to get better?
Everything. I'm in the lab every day with all the coaches. I work on everything, but the thing you can't teach is just winning. Like, I just want to be a winner. Like, however that comes, that's going to come in different ways, whether it's scoring, using your technique with rebounding, or getting a stop, deflection. But I just want to win, and that's something I work on every day in practice, whether we competing on each other or locking in on the scouting report.
With all the history and culture you guys have been talking about with this program, I was just curious if Indianapolis or Purdue came up this week as far as what's happened in the past with this program. Let's talk about that all.
I mean, we ain't really talked about that yet, but we know it'll come up. But most importantly, we just stick to our own culture. Like, we stick to our own culture, our own identity, making sure that's just well-rounded, and make sure we know who we represent in the city of Tucson, the long lineage of people that came before us, and with that, we have the power through them to fight and come out on top of these big games like this. So we're just trying to prepare for that.
Okay, because I heard like last week, even before the Wisconsin game, even a pregame, you guys talked a little about that history. I didn't know, like maybe Saturday you will or something.
I mean, Arizona got a long history with all these big schools, so it's just another game on the books. Hopefully we can write history this weekend.
Thanks.
Yes, sir.